What if your business is capable of creating far more money than you have imagined? Hi, I'm Kendall, and in this episode, we're talking about one of the biggest reasons women entrepreneurs plateau financially. It's because we consistently underestimate what our businesses are capable of creating. So in today's episode, I'm going to show you how familiarity narrows your vision, why that limits what's possible, and how to begin seeing your business through a much bigger lens. It's all here for you in this episode. Let's dive in.
Welcome to the Money Coach School podcast. To really excel at coaching women, you have to be skilled, confident, and even fearless at money coaching. If you're passionate about women holding genuine money power and love supporting women entrepreneurs, then this is the show for you. Now here's your host, money feminist Kendall Summerhawk.
Hello, women entrepreneur, and welcome back to the podcast. Most women entrepreneurs have a vision for where they want their business to go. Of course, they imagine earning more money, creating greater freedom, creating financial independence. Of course, we're ambitious and committed, and we want to create something truly remarkable. But there's something I've noticed after mentoring women entrepreneurs for more than 2 decades, is that women consistently underestimate what their business is capable of creating. Not because they're not dreaming big enough, that's actually not the issue, but because once a business becomes familiar, we unconsciously put boundaries around what we think is possible. We define what we sell, who we serve, how we make money, what our offers look like. And those definitions absolutely help us build a business. However, over time, they can also become the very thing that keeps the business from growing into its next version. They limit that quantum leap opportunity. So today's episode is an invitation for you to look at your business through a different lens, a bigger lens, because I know 100%, there's no way you can convince me otherwise, that your business is capable of creating far more than you've imagined. All right, so before we dive in, if you have not joined me on my Substack, Feminine Money Mastery, please go do so right now, like right this minute. You can go to kendallsubstack.com. It'll take you right there. Substack and Feminine Money Mastery on Substack is where I am spilling secrets on women entrepreneurs, money, and what women are capable of creating financially. It's free, and I want you to be part of the conversation, and I'll also link to it in the show notes. All right, so let me go through the 3 points here. Number 1, we define our business long before it reaches its potential. So here's what I mean. One of the most fascinating things about entrepreneurship is that every business begins with a definition. I'm a coach. I'm a designer. I build websites. I create courses. I work with women. I help entrepreneurs, whatever it is, right? And those definitions are incredibly useful in the beginning. We seek them out. We cling to them because they give us direction and they help us communicate not only what we do, or we think that it's communicating that, they help us define who we are. So they become the foundation that we build on. The problem is that many of us keep those same definitions long after the business has outgrown them. We start believing that's all the business is. Like, this is my offer, this is my audience, this is what people hire me for, this is how I make money. And without realizing it, we've stopped describing the business and instead we've started limiting it. Because every one of those kinds of statements closes the door on another possibility. But your business evolves along with your expertise, your clients, and of course, the market. And most of all, you evolve. So one of the questions that I ask my coaching clients inside of my Money Up-Level VIP intensives is this. If you were creating this business today, would you build it exactly the way it looks right now? And that's a powerful question because it immediately separates what you've intentionally chosen from what you've simply continued by default. So every one of the most profitable opportunities in your business is not waiting for you to work harder. It's waiting for you to stop assuming the current version of your business is the only version that's possible. All right, let's go to point number 2. Your business rarely becomes what you first imagined. So one of the things I love most about entrepreneurship, and there's so many things I love about it, is that your business has a way of surprising you. Very few successful businesses look exactly the way that their owners imagined in the beginning. So, for example, the offer that becomes your signature wasn't always part of the plan. I know that was so true for me when I made that quantum leap into offering certified coach trainings. That was a big freaking deal. It was such a change of identity. And in addition to my business direction, it was a really big deal and incredibly profitable. I've made millions and millions and millions of dollars from offering certifications. And it took a lot of courage for me to do it. Another example could be that the clients you end up loving most weren't always the ones you thought you'd even serve. Now, this is because your business is a living thing. It grows, it matures, it reveals new opportunities as you gain experience and wisdom and a different point of view. The challenge is that many of us stay deeply loyal to the original version of the business. We keep asking, how do I grow this? It's a legitimate, practical question. I get it. But instead, there's a better question. And the better question is, what is my business growing into? And these are two completely different questions. One assumes your business is finished and simply needs to become bigger. The other assumes your business is still evolving. And that's where possibility opens up. Your next level of income may not come from doing more of what you're doing today. In fact, it probably won't. It may come from allowing your business to become something you haven't fully given yourself permission to claim yet. So, for example, your expertise can open the door to corporate consulting, speaking, certification, licensing, or an entirely new market. I've watched this happen with my clients for years. I've coached them to travel that path. They give it permission to become more than it was originally designed to be. And every time that happens, something really fascinating follows. The business becomes capable of creating more money because you stopped underestimating what it was capable of creating. All right, point number 3 is start treating your business like it still has ways to stretch you, because guess what, my beautiful soul? It does. So one of the easiest ways to underestimate your business or I should say, not say easy, I should say the most common way to underestimate your business is to assume you already know everything it has to offer. You know your offers, you know your clients, you know your market, you know how money comes into the business, and that's all good. And it makes sense, right? Because after all, you've been living inside your business every day. But what if your business is still trying to reveal something to you? What if it's revealing where demand is growing? What if your clients keep asking for the next offer before you've even recognized it? What if your expertise has expanded beyond the way you've been describing it? What if your business has already outgrown the way you've been thinking about it? Those are very different questions than, well, how do I make more money? Because now you're approaching your business with curiosity instead of assumption. You're no longer assuming that you've already discovered everything your business is capable of creating. And that's where your expansion begins. So I want to challenge you this week to spend a little time looking at your business through a different lens, not asking what it already is, asking what is it becoming, not asking what you've already created, asking instead what it's now capable of creating. Because your business is communicating with you all the time through your clients, through the opportunities that keep showing up, through the ideas that won't leave you alone, that one in particular, right? And through the work that energizes you, and through the places where you've outgrown those past original definitions. When you stop assuming you've already seen everything your business can become, something really extraordinary happens. You begin creating from possibility instead of familiarity. And that's where your business begins revealing to you what it's truly capable of creating. Let me say that again. That's when your business begins revealing to you what it is truly capable of creating. So to wrap up here, women consistently underestimate what their business is capable of creating. And you know what? It's time to stop doing that. The question is whether you'll continue defining your business by what it's already done or begin expanding it towards what it's capable of creating. Because the moment you stop underestimating your business, you stop placing limits on your future, including your financial freedom. All right, so if this episode sparked the realization that, you've been underestimating what your business is capable of creating, that is exactly the work that we do, you and I together privately, inside of my new private Money Up Level VIP Intensive. I bring a fresh set of expert eyes to your business to pinpoint the pricing opportunities, the income opportunities, and the money leaks that are going to give you the biggest impact on increasing your income and your profit. So you can check that out. I'll put the URL in the show notes here, the link, but you can also go to kendallsummerhawk.com/money up level, and that'll take you right there. And I want to leave you with this thought. The money is in your business. Let's go find it. Thank you so much for tuning into this week's episode of the Money Coach School podcast. If you enjoyed this podcast, make sure you follow so you never miss an episode. Also, I would so love and appreciate if you would leave a 5-star review. Your review supports women just like you in discovering all of the juicy tips and insights I'm sharing here on how to coach women on money. And if you want to learn how to excel at coaching women on money, definitely go to kendallsummerhawk.com and check out the wealth of money coach trainings that we have for you. Thanks so much for being part of this money coaching movement and for tuning into the show every week.